بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Called Chairman's Advisor IT Doctor, the facilitator. Today's lesson that is 17, and we're gonna look at electronic spreadsheets, and that's a practical theory of that content actually. We're looking at the senior 5 term 2 0789462 07598 at richardfaisal@gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube channel, that is Richard Faisal. So IT Doctor. So what you have to do, we're going to look at this content very first. That is presentation, USE subtopic, that's 7, and electronic spreadsheet also is like 2016. However, here this pre 2007, but it's gonna be 2016 and everything. Subtopic, that introduction spreadsheet. Then we're gonna look at managing worksheets. Then after all, we're gonna look at formula and functions. And the meaning of spreadsheets are one of the tools used in presenting and data and information. They're used to store, analyze, organize, manipulate, and present data and rows and columns of a grade. Actually, I'm gonna look at that in details because these are tools which are used in presenting data and information. They store, analyze, organize, manipulate, and present data in rows and columns of a grid. And those are what we call spreadsheets. A spreadsheet is a grid that organizes data in rows and columns, like we have just seen there. Spreadsheet software refers to an application program or package that are used for calculations, including the creation of graphs. Actually, that's why it's there. Examples, we can look at Microsoft Excel. We're gonna look at Lotus 123. We're gonna look at case spreadsheet. Then we're gonna look at Apple numbers. We're gonna look at PrintOffice.org. There is what we call Kingsoft spreadsheets. There's what we call Quattro Pro ability spreadsheets, and so many others. But mainly we're gonna focus on Microsoft Excel, which is the current, actually the current application program which is commonly used as one of the examples. And types of spreadsheets, we can look at manual spreadsheets. We're gonna look at what we call electronic spreadsheet. But before that, manual spreadsheets is the most commonly typed by books as bookkeepers, actually as a ledger book with many sheets or papers divided into rows and columns, which various amount of money entered manually using a pen or a pencil and manipulated manually with the help of a calculator. So these are kind of books which are used sometime back, which had actually grids, lines, you get it, and were used by bookkeepers or shopkeepers, or we call them count sections, where they use call them ledger books. And if you ever seen what we call graph books, long time ago we have graph books, and we used to use them for calculations. So that is like a graph paper. That's how my spreadsheets look like. Then we have what we call electronic spreadsheets. These are electronic spreadsheets which prepare using computer program that enables you to input values and rows and columns to manipulate them mathematically using formulas and functions automatically. So that's why electronic spreadsheets were created to simplify calculations as far as mathematical equations are concerned, whereby computer application can come up to solve such simple calculation problems, where you can enter rows and you can enter values in rows and columns, and then we use functions, formulas to manipulate or to actually get the results. This is an example of what we call manual spreadsheets, where these are books and you can see they are written by pens, where you can enter the overtime hours for someone that he has worked for January, February, March, and this is all done in accounts, and this is total hours someone has worked for. Then after you're gonna get the calculations. So that's what we call manual spreadsheets. When it comes to electronic spreadsheets, actually this is how it looks like. This is a computer. That's how actually the interface of what we call Microsoft Excel. As you can see here, we have where we can enter the cursor, or what we call active row, active cell. This is the formula bar. Once you enter data, this is a column. Of course it must be vertical. This is horizontal, and that is a row. You can see a cell. Here they're showing navigation keys, where we have the back, the forward, the pausing. Here we have the sheet tabs. As you can see, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and these are the cells, or how a worksheet look like. So we're gonna look at all that. Then we have what we call the application areas of this kind of a program or electronic program. That is statistical analysis or mathematical operations. Can be to develop complex statistical analysis. Examples of statistical functions include average, medium, set operations. Can be the teacher to compose the student marks and produce results. Checks, clerks, and security enable them easily create tables and figures and manipulate them quickly as required. Then you can look at management. The data management spreadsheet enables information to be produced and kept up to date. For example, here we can use to create, edit, retrieve, and print worksheets and data records. Because that's how it can be used. It enables data to be arranged neatly in tabular structure. Then we have some of the data management functions include we have sorting and filtering. Actually, when it comes to data management, sorting and filtering it is very important, whereby arrange worksheets records in particular order so as to easily access data items. Like you can arrange them alphabetically from A up to Z so that you can easily arrange your data so for easy access. Then we have accounting. Of course, this actual application is used in accounting, where spreadsheet providers are streamlined means of financial management. They are most used by accountants to record their daily transactions and keep their financial records. For example, can be used to record sales and purchases, calculate profits, provide invoices, and compile financial statements. That is, prepare budget, detect data, and so many others. So most of the spreadsheet program come with inbuilt functions such as sum. You can use average, you can use product. These are all functions which are inbuilt in these application programs to carry out daily accounting tasks easily. Then we have forecasting, what we call what if analysis. The automatic calculation feature makes it possible to use the what if analysis technique. What if analysis technique, it is a feature that you find out the effect of changing the value in worksheet on their cells. It can be for financial forecast, budgeting, cost analysis, and so many others. We're gonna see how it works actually operates. We have chart creations. Actually, charts and graphs are created by identification of trend percentages and row numbers. As they say, pictures worth 1,000 words. So this one simplify the data graphical presentation, whereby you can use a pie chart, a bar chart, inline chart, or a graph chart. Any chart can help you to easily describe the content you have done. Actually, that's what they say. That's why they always say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Actually, this is really incredible. Then we have lists where you can create lists from shopping lists to contact lists on spreadsheet. You can sort and print your work. Scientific applications whereby maybe science and research to compare and relate their results. We have what budgeting statements, we have tabulation, we have financial analysis. Actually, all that can be used or applied in what we call uh, uh, a spreadsheet can all be done that. Then we have what we call how do we start actual presentation, or what we call Microsoft Excel as a program. The procedures are very simple. What we're gonna do, if you have an icon on a desktop, actually for Excel, double click on it, open, alternatively click the search button. Actually, this is an icon we're talking about. This is an icon or shortcut. If it is on your desktop, you just need to click on it, then you will be able to open any Microsoft program. Alternatively, here they are telling you can click on the search button or program Microsoft Office within Microsoft Excel. This is the common procedure we can use to start programs in a computer. And this is the actually when you click here search button, it's going to show you all programs here. Then you come to Microsoft Office here. Then after it will display what we call Microsoft Excel. In another way, this is actually applied in 2007. Those which have 2007 actual series. But if you're using Windows 10, Windows 10, and you're using Microsoft 2016, 2010, 2013, you can always just come to a start button or Windows button. You just type and search for any program of your choice. For example, let me show you here. What you're gonna do, come here to the search bar or search button here. You just type Excel, then you come and tap on it. 2016, 2013. So it will be able to launch, and then you'll be able to start it. So this is the interface of the Microsoft Excel, and that's how it looks like. I've showed it title bias here. This is active cell. You can see it. This is a worksheet where you can work from. This is the sheet tab. You can even add another sheet like that. Then we have the rows. These are all rows. You can have columns like this, as we have just seen. This is actually the formatting toolbar. As you can see, these are the tabs there. This is the quick access toolbar here. You can see them. Then the window controls are all here. So there are many things here. Actually, you're gonna look at all of them at once. Then we have, if we switch back to our content here, we have what we call the components of the spreadsheet. As you can see them, we have the major field worksheet as we have seen it. The company tweet data values are entered, measure rows and columns. I'll show them to you. And the intersection between the row and column is called a cell. Of course, we have also showed that to you. Database, the value that entered managed by filtering records using forms and calculation tab type. So after entering data in the spreadsheet, it's called database. Then there are graphs, is a pictorial representation of the base data or database on the worksheet. Like for example, you can create a pie chart, line chart, a bar chart, so many others. Data types, what you can enter on that spreadsheet or that worksheet I've showed you. You can enter text data type or any character there, that is words. You can also enter what you call date and date data type. You can enter their date, that is in a month, date and year format. You can also enter time date data type, whereby you can enter time using actually the hour, the minute, and the second. You can start with the actually it is an hour first, then second, then minute, then seconds, and you should indicate AM or PM. That is it. Then we have uses of spreadsheets. Of course, we teachers can use spreadsheets to make automated mark lists. We have payroll can be computed, sales can be recorded, invoice produced, researchers can compare the results. Spreadsheet can be used to prepare budgets and report cards, presentation of information in tabular form or graphical chart forms. Here we have creating, editing, and saving printing spreadsheets. All this can be done by actually in under spreadsheets. You can create, edit, and save, or even print out what called spreadsheets. So that's the use of spreadsheets. Advantages we have looked at whereby these are now advantages. The other way uses now these advantages whereby the spreadsheet actually utilizes the powerful aspects of the computer like speed, accuracy, and efficiency to enable users to quickly complete tasks. So these are the advantages of using electronic spreadsheets over manual spreadsheets. Remember, we'll have looked at electronic and manual. Manual, those are actually books or ledger books. Then when what we call electronic, these are always inside a computer. So this one utilizes the advantage of being in a computer, then it accomplishes the task very fast. Then we have what we call utilize the light storage space on a computer store device. So you can store a lot of documents as spreadsheets on a computer. They have pre-existing table, that's no need to rely. You have seen columns and rows or cells. There's no need of drawing. Then there are minimum errors in case of any they are either corrected because we use formulas and functions. We expect everything to be automatic. Extra columns and rows can be inserted, deleted without bad effects. So here we have a lot of rows and columns. Of course, we can do anything. The work can be protected with password. That's a treat. You can really put password in your work so that nobody can access it. Actually, here we have maybe produce network. You can always produce network since there are fonts which you can help you to edit it. Electronic spreadsheet has input formula and functions. Enable users quickly manipulate mathematical calculations. So here, as we have seen, we can always use functions like sum, average, and always to manipulate your data. They have inbuilt formulas and functions built on calculation and work manipulations. Electronic spreadsheet automatically adjusts the results of the formula if the value work is changed. Actually, here, even if the value is changed, the formula still operates and the work can easily be changed. Then here, electronic spreadsheet has better document formatting capabilities like bold, italics, underlying like in another program. So you don't need to worry about that. Then the records can be stored and filtered, actually sorted and filtered to get only those that you want. Like I've told you, there is what we call sorting and filtering, whereby in case you need letters or names to be arranged alphabetically, can be that. If you need only specific data, can also be done under filtering. Then we have some disadvantages. Of course, everything has disadvantages. They are expensive, but since they are using computers and their software is required. Then we are electronic that cannot be without electricity. That's a challenge, of course. If you don't have power, you can use a laptop, you can use a computer. So that's it. Then we have what called require computer skills and continuous training. And actually, of course, you must have learned computer so that you use this program or this computer. There's data load due to virus attacks and system failure. Of course, that's expected so long as you're using computer. You need to always be careful. There are a lot of health related headache associated with the use of computers, like eye effects, stress, fatigue, and so many others. Then when to look at some terms and features of a spreadsheet, we have a workbook called this collection of worksheets in a single file. That's workbook actually. The workbook is different from a worksheet. A worksheet is the main work area of a workbook that contains rows and columns where data is manipulated from. So a workbook, it's that Excel sheet or Microsoft Excel before it's being opened. And once it's opened, it's always called a workbook. But then the worksheet is the area after you starting dealing with the content itself. Then we have what we call the columns, the vertical block of cells. We have rows, horizontal block of cells identified by number. This is identified by letters. That's going to look at it. Cell intersectional row and column like A1, D1. Those are actually references. We have sheet tabs which open worksheet when clicked. I've shown them to you. We have labels. We have values, what we enter in the cell. Labels are always in text. Values are always in numbers. So you don't need to worry about that. Then we have a graph visual representation of data. You're gonna see that. Have charts. Have range, whereby you can say from A1 up to A5. That is the range we are talking about. Group of values is the same for the single unit. We have formula whereby this perform computer in the data and worksheet that's pre-resulting the value. Then a function predefined formula to perform calculations. We have file linking, because create between two files in order to share data. All that is feature. They are still more like what if analysis. I've talked about it. Alignment, because you can always align, format, and then autofill. This autofill is the most important actually feature here, and it is very important in Excel, whereby allows you to quickly fill cells with the repetitive or sequential data such as chronological states, numbers, and repeated text. Like if you have you want to range from 1 up to 100, you don't need to type all these words. Actually, you don't need to type all the words, all the numbers. You just need to just type all one or two, then autofill, so that you can. If you have calculated the number for a student, like one student, don't need to calculate for all students. You just need to autofill so that the calculations are done automatically. So this is what how autofill operates, and that is actually a very important feature. Then we have sorting data, whereby you can sort your data. Filtering, we have talked about it. Saving, you can also save your data. Autocomplete feature, and actually this is also very important, whereby you can speed up data entry, especially if you have to enter a particular word or phrase repeatedly. Like if you have actually entered the word computer, you don't need to type the word computer next to it. You just need to type C, then it will complete the other words or other letters or other characters automatically. You get it? So that's what we call, or you can autofill it, so it will also operate. That's what we call autocomplete feature. Let's say we have cell references. Actually, we can refer to cell by using common letter or number. For example, D8, that is a cell reference. Refer to cell in a column D or 8. In this case, D8 is known as the cell reference. Time for the cell. Actually, there are many features, but that's enough for now. Then we have Microsoft Excel, which perform financial calculations, statistical analysis, and related programs. So this is an application, of course, which I've showed you. I've seen how to open it, of course, already. And this we have displayed some of these features. You have seen them: make name box, insert icon, active cell, row numbers, sheet tab. All of these we have looked at them. Then we have what we call working with spreadsheets. We have looked at the interface, the active cells. We have looked at them. We have looked at the cell. We have put column letters, column numbers. As we're gonna look at the inner box, quick access toolbar, ribbon, formula bar. All these we have seen them. File tab, active zoom slider, sheet tabs, status bar. I'm gonna show them to you. Then we have the charts. Actually, with charts, select cell and hit insert tab from the chart. We're gonna look at all these. The tabs, the charts which are inserted in actually your worksheet or your spreadsheet. We're gonna just click on insert tab. Then after that, we can select from the charts. Then you select any chart of your choice, either column chart, line chart, pie chart, bar chart, layer chart, square chart, any chart of interest. But before that, you have to select the data which we're gonna use to insert a chart. Like this one, you have to come and highlight it. Then after, you come here and select any chart of your choice. And for example, line chart. Once you've done that, then after it will be inserted automatically. So that is how we can insert charts. This one is the pie chart, the same thing. You select the data first, then after you come to pie chart, then after the chart here will be querying. Then after, there are some operators which you use actually when you are making calculations. This is they specify the type of calculation that you want to perform on the element of a formula. Those are what we call operator. We have arithmetic operator, comparison operator, text operator, or concatenation. We have reference operators. When it comes to some of the operator, like here, these are arithmetic. We have the percentage operator. We have the exponential operator, multiplication operator. We have the division operator. That is addition operator. Then we have the subtraction operator. These are all arithmetic operators. That's how they look like. And these are these are also arithmetic operator where you can use plus, then you get the answer. You can get the exponential here. You can use the percentage to get the results here. That's arithmetic operator. Then we have the text operator. These are actually using some of the text or the strings. Then you can come up with the results. You can use and, you can use comma, you can use quotes. Then you come up with a word. Then we have actual comparison when you need to compare some of the text like equal to. It's always using our spreadsheet. We have greater than sign, we have greater than sign, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. So all these are our operators. We have Excel reference operator given to particular group of say we have looked at it like A2 to B2. You know, these are there are many operators like type of say references. We have relative references, we have mixed references, we have absolute references. We shall look at how these operate automatically. That's how you're gonna understand it. But with what we call relative reference, this one actually that's changing when it's scoped to other cells in a spreadsheet. Of course, then we have what we call absolute one. This one doesn't change when it's copied to other cells or spreadsheet. You know, that is actually, and this one we always use dollar sign. You know, as you can see, these are dollar signs before or after the column letter and column number. You know, or what we call a reference. Then after that, we have what we call necessary. This one it can when you either it's any absolute or relative. This is combined both relative and the absolute. You get it? So this is combine both features. We shall also do that practically. Then we have what called the formula. Because these are the steps you will use to enter the formula. You just need to press anywhere in the press space. Then after you type an equal sign first. In any calculation Excel, it is always required first enter the equal sign. Then after you type the formula like this one, then after you press enter key so that you can do what. So like this is what we are trying to mean here, where he was actually adding, actually multiplying, and then he entered the equal sign first, then the formula, then the arithmetic operator here in the middle, then after you press enter key to in order to get the answer. This is the formula bar, the formula which someone has uses here. Then the functions, actually these are how the functions operate. This of course we are always saying they are predefined. Of course they are already there. So this is actually the cosine which must be there. This is the function name, that's sum. This is the function argument, and the opening and closing brackets also required for you to complete the formula. There are some actually what we call common functions like average, count, max, median, mini, mode, and sum. Actually there are more. There are more actually, but these are yeah. Just every student should know that these are periodic what functions. When it comes to errors, whenever you come to this database or this actually Excel or spreadsheet, there are always error values in Excel when it cannot properly calculate the formula for that cell. That's why some you can get a challenge calculating, but this is a table provides quickly find guide on what each different error message means. For example, here when it comes to error null, of course show you that you have used the comma which was supposed to be there. You have used space instead of a comma. Divided by 0. You see that value can make value expected. We have reference. We have name, num, and this is the common one, common column. These tags, hashtags, actually, when they are there, column is not wide enough. This is a common one actually. Most of us will face that challenge. So what you need to do is always to widen or expand your column. How to save the work? Because always you always press Ctrl plus S on the keyboard. Then or you can always follow the procedures. So click on the file tab, then open, come to save, then click to save your work. This is a location in case most of the time always encourage students to save your work on the desktop. Like they change the file name if you want to, then after click save, you'll be able to save your work. Then after lastly you're gonna print out your work or your worksheet. Actually after you viewing how your work gonna look like, that is under print preview, you're gonna come here to print your work by click on the file button, office button, then the print dialog will appear. Click on print, and this is print dialog. Actually, you select the printer name here, come and click on active cells or sheets, then here you're gonna select the number of copies you want. Of here, click OK. That's how we can easily print a work. Then after that, it will be the end of our task. Guys, I wish you a nice time, and that's the end of our print spreadsheet. Inshallah, next topic is gonna be about publisher, and this is the contacts you can reach me on, and can also find me there. So wish you luck.